Hello and welcome back to Football Manager as Hull. And where we left off, we'd just played the FA Cup game and League, Championship even game against Blackburn and against West Ham for the FA Cup game. We got a win for the FA Cup and then lost quite heavily to Blackburn. Since then, we have struggled. I'm starting to see why they were in the relegation zone when I first joined, which was around about... I joined in January, didn't I? Didn't I? Yeah, there we go. So actually, I haven't been here that long, really. But, yeah... I'm just having a look to see whereabouts we took over. I think it was actually around about December that we took over, actually. I can't off the top of my head remember. Oh, that's bad, isn't it? I know we played the Norwich game, the Nottingham Forest game. So it was around about there. Anyway, before then, there was a really bad run of results. And this team just seems to do that. We lost against QPR. To be fair, it was a really close game. Hugo got his debut goal. We played him... I think we played him on as a sub. Yeah, we subbed him on. And he scored a fairly good goal, top corner from outside of the box. But we just didn't quite have enough to keep hold of that lead. Then we went to Preston, and it was a very close game, but it was 1-0 against us, and it was just a struggle. We were away, so that was a harder game. We then drew 2-2 with Stoke, which is a better result. I feel like we probably could have won this one, but we didn't quite have enough in it. And then we won 1-0 against Ipswich with Aaron Ramsey scoring himself a goal. He's looking like definitely our best player. He's more consistent than Lewis Potter. And then I did something really stupid, because if you look at these results, at these fixtures even, the Saturday game against Swansea was really close to the Liverpool game. And I was like, I want to play our best team. So, for this Swansea game, I played this team. The defence was basically our under-23s. In goal, I thought, you know what, I'm giving the defence a try. Why don't we give Menez a little run out and see how good he is? Because he's only 19, he's got really good stats and that. He had a torrid time. He was really poor, unfortunately. I even subbed him off, and Phillips played for the last, 20 minutes of the game, or maybe even more, because he just wasn't feeling it. It might have been a tough game for him to come in on. I will give him another chance, probably in when we start the next season. I'll give him cup games, but yeah, he really struggled with that game. Mainly was the reason we lost it, I think, because our defence played fairly well. Diaz, who I played a Peruvian centre-back, 21-year-old, can also play right-back, got himself a goal on his debut. So for a defender, that's not too shabby, is it? And then we just kind of crumbled. We drew it back to 1-1. We went down, and we came back, and then just before half-time they scored, and then just after half-time they scored. And we managed to hold it together for the second half, but it just wasn't there. We just didn't have enough depth really in this team to have that. So we're going to play Liverpool at home, unfortunately. If we were playing away, that would have been better for money for us, because an away day to Anfield would have been good. But yeah, we'll see what we can do with this Liverpool tie. I'm not expecting a win, but I want us to at least challenge. But with this recent form, it ain't happening. So we're going to do this Liverpool game, then we'll do the Huddersfield game, and then we'll probably come back for the end of the season, Sheffield United and Coventry, because we don't have many games in between for the next video. So we're going to press on with this game. Again, not expecting too much in the way of a result, but it would be nice if we could at least be competitive, let's say. You'll notice that we've got going 4-4-2. I think this formation works better when we're playing teams in a sort of higher league in that. It's a little bit more defensive than our 4-2-3-1 formation, which we have been switching in and out of. I think that might be why we've had a poor run of results as well, because we've been trying to use that other formation. 4-4-2 wasn't really working at the time, so I thought let's switch it around, and the 4-2-3-1 didn't work as well. So we're kind of just we're struggling a little bit at the moment. But I feel like there's always a part of the season where you start to dip and you just have to try and get the boys to pick themselves up, and we'll get the result in the end. We're well off of relegation still, by the way. Just quickly open the league so you can see. Let's go. Championship. We're 15th, 46 points. We're nowhere near 22nd, 31. So we're definitely our vision for this season is avoid relegation. We've definitely avoided relegation. Reached the FA Cup fourth round. We did. We've actually passed it. Sign players and sell for a profit. We haven't really been able to have a chance to do, but we're working within the wage budget. The only thing we're not doing is playing direct football or making the most of set pieces, which hopefully, because of this stuff, they won't care too much about. That we are on an A-, so I think that's kind of shows they don't care too much about it. But for the end of next season, they're expecting a top half finish, which I think is a bit of an ask, seeing as we're avoiding relegation the season before, but we'll just have to see. So yeah, let's jump into this game. We've got Phillips in goal after that bit of a disaster of switch around. Then we've got Buchanan, Ruffin, Terrace and Stevens in defence. We would ideally have Feeney, but he is injured for another 3 months, so we're going to have to deal without him. He's another reason why our form's dipped, because he was a fantastic centre-back, and we need another fantastic centre-back to replace him. We just don't have that. Ruffin is the next best, and he's not quite there. He's struggled since being relied on so heavily. Then in midfield, we've kind of just been switching it around to whoever's fit and seeing who works. Fevier, I think it is, has been really good for us. I need to play him more starts. Ramsey and Carroll. So Ramsey's my go-to usually. Carroll, I've been switching in and out with different players. Where is he? Doherty mainly. And Simmons. I think it's Simmons. I call him Simons and they'll call him Simmons. I'm not sure. This guy has been really good signing for us. 1 goal, 1 assist in 11 games, but he's been this like kind of rock that holds this midfield together. So really impressed with him. And then up front, we really need a new striker. That's the problem. We need a striker who can score like 15 goals a season minimum. We've got Colwill and Hugill up front. Hugill might, once he gets settled, become that player. Colwill's actually looking fairly decent as a striker as well. He can get a fair amount of goals. I will say I'm not crazy about Afolabi. He's got 10 goals a season. He's just not consistent enough. And Kraev, although I do like him and he is 8 goals this season as well, he's 31 and he's definitely on the decline. So we'll just have. I think he's probably one that we'll have to. Next season will be his kind of parting season, I feel, and we'll have to find someone who can play in his sort of position. So yeah, that's what we're going for. We're going positive. We're not going to sit back and defend. That seems like a mistake against a team like Liverpool. So we're going to go in and we're going to see if we can get ourselves a cheeky, maybe even a draw. A draw would be fantastic because then we could go to Anfield, get a load of money for that playthrough. Because of receipts and everything, and then we don't mind if we lose that one at Anfield, and we can just continue with the season, kind of seeing if we can climb up their table a little bit, not worrying about the FA Cup. But let's see what happens in this game. So far, 15 minutes in, and we haven't conceded. Oh my goodness, here we go. Salah. Who is actually quite old now because we've played quite a few seasons. Mbappe, oh my goodness, how did that not go in? So they've got Mbappe as well. It's a big team, this Liverpool team. So goal kick to them, and they play it out to their left wing, and they've got Martinelli up front as well. Interesting. Long ball forward to Reina, but headed on only as far as Phillips, who covers it up. He plays it out to Terrace, back to Phillips, to Terrace, up to Fevier. Oh, but he runs into a player. Come on. Mbappe now. Gravenberch. Gravenberch is a quality player as well. This is just a matter of time, isn't it? Phillips, well gathered. He's an absolute rock there, isn't he? Superb play. Phillips, long punt forward. That was a waste. Plays to Martinelli, Salah, and when Salah is in front of goal with no defenders on him, there's only one outcome, isn't there? And there we go. They have their first goal in the 23rd minute. Okay, so it's 41 minutes in. We had the ball punted forward, but then we just waste it. Mbappe down to Martinelli, and Mbappe off the crossbar again. We've really got away with that one. Lewis Potter, who is not having a good game, up to Hugill, who also isn't having a good game. And that just kind of shows it. Just giving it away. I'm telling them to play the ball short and they're not listening, which is frustrating. Good ball through to Ramsey. Oh, what a goal! Joe Hugill, will that be offside? No! My goodness, I can't believe that. We've pulled it back to 1-1. That was very against the run of play. So Colwill with a ball to Favier to Ramsey, who's tackled, but bounces nicely for Hugill, who just levers it into the bottom corner, and it's 1-1. Superb. We're going to see if it was offside, are we? It was well onside. Look at that. And then just, well played, I think. Looking at the ratings, Lewis Potter, again, who's supposed to be one of our best players, just doesn't show up for these sort of games. And it's the most frustrating thing, because I've seen how well he can play. We're going to bring on Mwamba. He's not a fantastic player for us at the moment. We signed him for quite a cut rate, and now I'm thinking it was a cut rate because of the sort of player he is. I'm going to bring Afolabi on as a defending pressing forward, which is his most preferred position. And then I think we're going to have to save that other sub for any tired legs out there that we need to switch out. But yeah, Hugo's actually having a good game now. But yeah, Lewis Potter just disappointing, and Mwamba not really done much since starting. This is their opportunity to show me something. And Lewis Potter just didn't, He just kind of threw that opportunity away. So I'm hoping Mwamba will take this opportunity of playing against a Premier League side and see that he can do something a bit special and create a name for himself with the fans, because he's not at the moment. They have complained recently in a a press conference, saying he's had a really torrid time starting off with us, and it's like, okay, so he's definitely not had a good time. He's got 6.3, 6.2s as his rating. I think maybe we need to figure out, oh nice, we're good defending, and now we're on the counter. Hugill plays it back. Sorry, I think we're trying to figure out the best position for Mwamba to play in, and we haven't quite got that yet, because he can play in so many different positions. We're just giving that away, by the way, and Liverpool are definitely going to score. Oh my goodness, Mwamba. Yeah, you could feel the goal coming. And a side that with this much quality, you could feel that happening, couldn't you? So we're just going to encourage the boys. If we can keep it to quite a low score so that we don't get embarrassed, that's my goal now. Okay, so throw in with Stevens. Ramsey heads it back. Stevens plays out the wing. Afolabi to Ramsey. Oh, poor pass by Ramsey. And then Liverpool just go back to what they do best. Slowly passing it round, waiting for that gap. And there it is for Salah. And he puts that away to make it 3-1. I think Buchanan might have to be the guy we take off, because he has definitely lost his man a couple of times there. He is not playing well enough for me. And the only person we've got is Egan Riley, so that is the change we're going to make. It's a tough ask because he's got Salah to defend, I know, so having a poor rating against a player of that quality, you kind of expect it, but I'd want them to... Oh, flipping heck. Well, good save by Phillips. Can't believe that didn't go in. Damn, Phillips is really showing that he can perform on the higher stage, isn't he? Oh my god, they took Mbappe off and brought on Isaac, the Swedish player, who I saw him in the Euros playing for Sweden, and he was insanely good. He didn't get many goals, but he was just all over the place, getting those chances. Well played by Terrace. Oh, poor pass by Phillips, that's disappointing. See, we're not going to do anything. Well played, Mwamba. We're not going to do anything if we just keep giving it away by hoofing it up there. That's what's annoying. Nice. This is poor pass. Again, we just can't string together more than like 5 passes. And we nearly got made to regret it there. Let's go attacking. Might as well. See if we can get another goal back. Okay, Stevens with the throw. Plays it out to Favier, to Afilobi. Back to Ramsey. Ramsey with a little run. Nice. Plays it to Mwamba. And that was the chance to make himself a hero. And he absolutely wasted it. Oh, man, look at that. Favier 6.2 as well. Having a bad game himself. I mean, that was the result we were expecting. I'm glad we got ourselves a goal at least. Salah and Musila getting on the score sheet. I mean, they played a fully strong team, didn't they? They weren't holding back in the FA Cup. They're obviously wanting this to get through to the next round. So can't ask for much more from the lads. We put in a performance that we can be proud of. It just wasn't to be. How old is Salah now? 36-year-old Salah getting 2 goals against us. He's this is probably coming up to the end of his career, and he's just wanting to put in them performances. But like, let's have a look real quick. Still got Alexander-Arnold, who's 30. Actually, he's not too old. Martinelli. They've got Musila. Who did he used to play for? Oh, Bayern. And then they signed him for 58 mil. They got Nikita, who used to play for Arsenal. Yeah, flipping heck. Well, he's had a little bit of a travel round, hasn't he? He went to West Ham and now to Liverpool. They've got Mbappe. When did they sign him? They signed him on a free. Wow. Signed him on a free, and he's been knocking in the goals ever since for Liverpool. And then Alexander Isak, who signed from Real San Sebastian for 78 mil. They've been spending money at the moment, Liverpool, haven't they? But I suppose they've got players which are looking like Salah, who are looking to retire. They need to think of how to replace them. There's so much quality in that team. I'm not surprised we lost. I am surprised that they put out such a strong team in the FA Cup, but we were hoping for a little bit less, but not to be. So we're going to jump on to the next game now. At least we can now focus on the league, and we don't have any other fixtures popping up, which is the positive of losing a game like that. So we'll play the Huddersfield game, and then we'll, after that, finish the video, and we'll come back for the Sheffield United commentary game. Okay, so we'll be back in a second. Just a real quick one. We sent Wilkes out on loan to Bristol Rovers. He's actually won Player of the Month for Bristol Rovers, getting 2 goals, 2 assists in his last 5 games. So, I mean, he wanted to go off and do something else. Unfortunately, he couldn't do that for us. But good to see that he's doing quite well. Maybe if we can, he's playing in League 2. My goodness, no wonder he's getting goals and assists like that. And he couldn't do it in the Championship. So, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens at the end of this season, if we can convince him either to move on or stay. Either way, he's doing all right there at the moment. Okay, so we're at the Huddersfield game, which I didn't realise was actually like 2 to 3 days after the Liverpool... let's try and speak straight. Liverpool game, which means a lot of tired legs for our first team, which isn't ideal. But we're going to play as good as we can, a strong squad to take on Huddersfield, who are currently bottom of the league on a 4-game losing streak. So chances are they're going to absolutely smash us, because that's how Football Manager works. So we are going to go with Phillips in goal, who's been superb this season. Egan Riley, Terrace, Simmons, who usually I would play in midfield, but needs must, we have to have a centre-back. So Simmons is going to go centre-back until Feeney's back, basically. And then we'll switch him around with maybe even Diaz. He's going to probably get some more game time. And then Buchanan on the left. Then we've got Vaughan, Colwill, Doherty and Lewis Potter. Lewis Potter needs to impress today, because I'm really not impressed with the last few performances of his. And then we've got Bonucci and Afilobi up front, because Kraev is injured. This is the chance again for a young player to show a bit of something, a bit of initiative maybe. Bonucci could be something, hopefully in the future, a good player for us up front, because he's got a lot of potential. So hopefully this will be the start of that. And then yeah, we've got a few young uns on the bench because of how tired a lot of our players are. So hopefully we'll be able to get a good result here, even though it's not our strongest squad. It's definitely not our weakest. So I think we've got a good chance. So let's jump into this game and see what happens. All right, so we're going to say much better performance, make me proud, make me proud, and make me proud. And then this one is actually a game that's on TV as well, not to add too much pressure to the lads. Yeah, so what are the formation that Huddersfield are going for? One that we know, a 4-2-3-1. Hopefully that's not going to be our undoing. They are rock bottom of the table. We're 16th. If we get a win, we actually can go up to 14th, so it's not too shabby. So hopefully we can, and also we need to get out of this rut where we're having bad performances and bad results. So this is the sort of game that we needed. Lowest in the league. Afalobi now on the run, on the counter-attack. Bonucci gathers it up, takes it a little bit wide, so plays it back into Vaughan to Colwill, and there's our first goal. It's a good sign of things to come. Really nice play by everyone there on the counter-attack. Long ball forward up to Bonucci. It might not be Bonucci, it's just how I'm going to say his name, okay? Bonucci plays it back to Vaughan, and then Vaughan plays it into Colwill, and then a simple finish. He's definitely a good player as well, Colwill. Him and Ramsey are kind of in the same position, so they're kind of challenging each other, which I like. I like to have a little bit of competition for roles. So they don't get too lazy, you know? Okay, so 28 minutes in, we get a throw-in. Bonucci plays it to Colwill. Bonucci to Colwill again. And he just hits that too quickly, doesn't he? Okay, Afalobi to Bonucci. Ooh, okay, that's a red card. That is a definite red card. He nearly broke Bonucci's leg there. That is a good sign for us, but I found that whenever it might be a Football Manager 22 thing, whenever we have a red card, it seems like, or maybe it was Kings Lynn, because it was mainly Kings Lynn. Whenever we had a red card, our players just seemed to not try as hard, and it just seemed that like we would struggle for the rest of the game. So I'm hoping that is not what's going to happen here, because it's really frustrating when you've got a man advantage and then you just seem to not be able to do anything. Might be that the other team sit back and defend or something like that, but hopefully this is going to mean good things for us. Really nice passing play here. Poor cross, but we have it back. Afalabi, yes, that's what I'm talking about. That second goal to give us that little cushion just before half time couldn't have worked out better. I really want Bonucci to get himself on the score sheet. He's had a really good game today, actually. He's shown us a little something special, and I want him to be able to get himself a goal to cap this performance off. So hopefully he might be able to put himself in a good position there. He is playing deep line out forward, and he's doing that role well, so if he doesn't get a goal, it doesn't mean he's not playing well, sort of thing. Okay, and we're at half time. So Egan Riley's not playing great, and we've got a lot of tired legs out there. I think Egan Riley might be the only change I make for Jack Scott, who's actually come in and impressed me quite a lot with his recent performances. He came in just as cover. And then we're just going to say have faith, and start second half. And then we have two more subs that we can use for tired legs come the end of the 60-70 minute mark. Oh, damn it. Ruben Colwill has got himself injured. Let's hope that's not too bad. I think Mwamba might be the best option there. Where does he play? Advanced playmaker attack. That's his best position in central, so we'll play that. That's really annoying because he's one of our better players. Hopefully he's not out for long. Seems like Huddersfield are playing quite a violent game. Lewis Potter, again, needs to do something a bit better than what he just did there. Taylor with a long ball forward. Scott, well gathered up. Phillips boots it up. Can Bonucci head it on? No. Defender just towers above him. Lewis Potter, well played. There you go. We won it back. Doherty to Simons. Simons? Damn it. That's going to annoy me now. Terrace with, I'm not sure what that was, but it worked out all in the end. Bonucci to Afalabi, and a poor finish by Afalabi. But we've got the corner to keep the pressure on. Doherty now to put it in, headed away, and then nothing comes from it. Mayer with a goal kick, puts it forward, Headed by Terrace. Lewis Potter again loses it. Oh, come on, let's not concede here. Good stuff. Okay, just a header over, so we're not conceding. That's all good. I think Terrace is making a few mistakes. He's also looking tired. Might be a good time to switch him out. Problem is, I've only got 2 young'uns on the bench. Diaz impressed me last time, and we're going to put him as a centre-back defend, and hopefully he'll be able to impress again this time. Lewis Potter, again, we've run out of subs, lucky for him, but he would have been coming off because he's just not playing, is he? He's not got the headspace at the moment. I don't think something's going on. He's not playing well. Okay, corner cleared for us, and then Simmons gets it back to Doherty. Doherty to Simmons. Doherty again plays it to Mwamba through to Afolabi. That was pretty simple. Was it onside? It was onside as well. Nice, 3-0. That was a pretty simple little move, really. It's nice when it's that easy. Nice little pass and play between these two, Simmons and Doherty. And then Mwamba gets it, slides it through. Afolabi, completely unmarked, just has to pick his place and put it away. Nice to see Mwamba actually doing something. He got himself an assist. It's been a while since I've seen a high rating for him, so that might hopefully give him some confidence, which a lot of this team need, just to be the players that they are. Be as good as we know they are. So Huddersfield now on the attack. I really want to keep a clean sheet, but I feel like we're going to start. Yeah, you go. There's a vibe. There's a vibe to the game when you know you're going to concede. And that was it. You could just feel it. I knew that we were going to drop our heads, and I think it was Diaz who lost his man. Why is it not letting me click on him? There you go. It was Diaz who lost his man. Unfortunately, not having the best game. And even Scott, who I brought on, isn't having a superb game either. Is this going to be a comeback? Diaz, well tackled. Nice. But Kenny has it now. Let's encourage. There we go. Vaughan to Mwamba. Back to Vaughan. Long ball forward. Afolabi. Was he offside? Doesn't matter anyway. Couldn't finish it. But we do have a corner. And it's like last couple of minutes of the game. Or not even a couple of seconds of the game. So Doherty puts it in. Headed away. Really bad at corners, unfortunately. Doherty back to Simmons. So Buchanan. Diaz. We're just playing it nicely amongst ourselves. Keeping hold of the ball. And they can't score. Lewis Potter through. Bonucci can't quite get there. And then Mayer has it. Got a blow. Come on, ref. Well headed clear. Mwamba has it. It's going to have a little run at him. Mwamba. And it's going to finish with that. Final whistle, 3-1. Disappointed we conceded in that 90th minute. I feel like a clean sheet was deserved. And a few players really not putting in a performance like Lewis Potter and Scott. Not putting in a performance that I'd quite expect of my team, and Egan Riley as well, actually. So that's a little bit concerning. I think come the summer transfer window, defence is where I'm going to have to bolster for sure. I think left back needs to be stripped down and then replaced, and have a good backup brought in. Maybe Buchanan's a good backup, but the first team left back needs to be improved. Right back, if Scott doesn't continue to improve, then probably find a new one, and Scott can just be the replacement there. And hopefully Diaz will actually start to improve in sort of star rating and stuff, and we can use him as well. But overall, good result. We needed a win. Oh, damn it. I said don't get complacent. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well. Everyone was motivated apart from Colwell, who was like, come on, let's just have that moment. And I probably should have. 15th in the league with 49 points. Level with Stoke. We're 4 points below up to 11th. So we potentially could climb a little bit higher. We could drop a little bit lower, but not too far, I don't think. We're probably safe to be above 18th, I would say, which is mid-table. And that's what we're looking for. Well, we're looking to avoid relegation, which we've already done. So if we can get mid-table and then we aim for top of the table next season, then I think that's probably a very reasonable sort of way to view the league at the moment. Oh my goodness, what happened? He fractured his wrist. 2 to 4 weeks, which isn't too bad. I'm going to send him to a specialist because he's a good player and we don't want that to be popping up again and again as an injury problem. He's quite young as well, 26. You've got a few years in him. You don't want to have him always out with like a problem wrist or something like that. And yeah, that's the end of this video. So we had I wouldn't even say it was that disappointing. A Liverpool game, probably the biggest game I have played as a manager. And I'm not sure with Hull when the last time they were in the Premier League, if they've been up and down or not, but it's probably this season their biggest game was against Liverpool. Massive numbers, 25,000 in attendance. But then looking up, actually, we got 26 for the Nottingham Forest game, 28 for the Sheffield United game. So not as big numbers as I thought it would be, but yeah, we got a good win against Huddersfield, which is a team we should be beating, so I'm glad that we did. And then we're going to play without recording these next, how many is that, 8 games? Yeah, these next 8 games. And we'll do the next video, finishing the season off with Sheffield United and Coventry, have a little catch up with how the season went, and then the video after that will be transfers and stuff, which will be a really interesting one, because this whole playthrough, I've not had a transfer budget or wage budget to play with, really. I've had really poor clubs, really. But with this one, I don't know, it's 3.9 for next season, they're saying. But some of our players are being sniffed around, like Terrace, Phillips, Buchanan, Ramsey. I really don't want to sell Ramsey, actually, so Bristol City can jog on. But what they're like worth millions, so we'll get a fair chunk of change if we do sell them on, and we'll be able to build a team around that, hopefully. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Let me know what you think about the club that we've moved to so far. It's still early days with Hull, so we're trying to learn like what players are good, what players are maybe a little bit not quite up to scratch and we need to get rid of. Bobby Carroll is one who I'm not 100% sure about yet, but we'll give him some chances and see. I don't think his potential is quite high, actually. It's an extra half a star. So yeah, I'm not sure. Let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to come back next time to see the end of the season, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you when I see you.